Hi everyone, and welcome to my video today. So I recently uploaded a video based on how to make friends as an adult, well, being an introvert like myself. And as a side goal towards that, I'm also looking for a relationship. And I kind of want to do this video in terms of how, again, plan to get, I suppose, a relationship as the end goal, but understand the steps towards getting that goal because on reflection this and doing this from a coaching and also mentoring, realizing actually compared to goals like losing weight, trying to save money, career aspirations, they are all within yourself. So you're the only person you can rely on to actually change those sort of aspects is yourself. Whether with social and also with relationships, it's also about the other person. And it's much harder as a compared to others because you're putting that aspect and putting that expectation on somebody that you're going to be friends forever, and it's not the case. And also, the same relationship, you think it's going to be forever. I've personally been through it myself, thinking that a relationship's going to last the end of time, and actually ended up falling at the last hurdle. So again, it's kind of a reflection piece in terms of what's happened with COVID, and also what I've come out of it learning about relationships. Now, I'm going to start off with I am very happy being single. I think that's the one thing that society forgets. When you see the media, when you see Facebook ads, when you're told on the radio, what's wrong with being single? I don't. It's really sometimes quite frustrating because all you see is pushing people like, oh no, you're not okay to be on your own. You need to be with somebody, and that's not the case because a lot of people who are in relationships as well feel lonely being with somebody than being on their own. And with, I suppose, just quickly detour in terms of the reasons why I've been single, how long, and then also go into the reasons why I'm seeking a relationship. So I've been single for about 6 years now. Broke up from my ex, my childhood sweetheart, after 9 years together, nearly exactly, and planning on getting married. And it fell at the last hurdle. But I'm very thankful for that relationship because it's taught me so much, and also the fact that I'm actually 8.5 stone lighter than I was before. I've managed to move to London. I finished my master's degree. I've got quite a good bunch of savings. I managed to work for the airlines. I made some fantastic new friends. And I know who I am as a person, and that's the most important thing. What my interests are, who I want to be. I'm a creative. I'm very entrepreneurial. I love personal connections. I love sustainability. I love the fact that social entrepreneurship, and I love people that add value, that are positive, who think about their health, not just physically but mentally. And that's the thing, it taught me so much in terms of understanding who I am as a person and also appreciating myself in terms of self care and self love. I think that's forgotten about, and I wish that was pushed more within the media in terms of making sure that you're pushed towards loving yourself because nobody else can love you the way you can, no matter how the media portrays it. The only person you need to love first and foremost is yourself because nobody wants baggage. Nobody wants to hear, oh, I don't like my bum or I don't like my tummy. It's not as flat as other models see it. People want you to appreciate yourself and have that higher end goal. Like I see people like Lady Gaga, I see people like Ashley Graham, and I see Ishka Lawrence, is that her name? And actually have that ambition to be the person they want to be, regardless of their flaws. They have flaws, but they're willing to push to a greater good, and that's the people I respect in life. So, and also, I think being single has taught me about who I want to be and who I want to have and what my end goals are. So I've always wanted to be entrepreneurial, own my own business. At the moment, I'm in a career I love that can take me on that journey. So that's UX design and product management, which is the core elements of what entrepreneurship is. It's refining an idea and bringing it to market and just pushing it towards the end consumer. So, and then it's also like having children. That's an end goal, and I think it's those two things that I couldn't live without. Regret my deathbed. I honestly, controversial as it sounds, I've never really wanted to get married. I never see the point in getting married. I don't see what value it adds to my life. But that's my personal opinion, not anybody else's. So it's understanding what core values and what you want is a good life. And also having adventure, being fun, going and explore different countries, going and do some hobbies that interest you, but at the same time look for adventure, look for spontaneous events you can go to, because that makes what life is great. And that's what I realise now in terms of joining groups that I enjoy being with, and meeting people that have those same passions and interests, and doing events on my own. Going to a restaurant on my own is not a scary thing. It's funny because other people are scared of seeing me, but I'm not. I'm really proud to be on my own and seeing people find about different stories. Going to events on my own, going to festivals on my own. I went to Reading, I went to Lollapalooza in Berlin, which is amazing. I've done skiing on my own, I've gone on holiday on my own, I've gone to Vietnam on my own. And it's not scared me one bit. So it's been great to be independent, understand that I'm not an ED, and understand a bit more who I am as a person. And I'm sure if those of you watching this feel the same way in terms of you have that independence, you have your own interests, your own those values. But now I'm in the stage of my life where I do want to start settling down, I do want to start having children. And it got me thinking, okay then, the social element is definitely one thing I needed to fix, and I explained that in the previous video. But now it's about building authentic relationships. Now again, I have to blame the media for this. I wish they would stop pushing false idealisms of relationships. Love Island should be banned. It's not Love Island, it's Sex Island, because it does not promote the authenticity of relationship. What makes it happy? Half those relationships on there are not going to be happy. Building a relationship on sex is not the way forward. And this is pushed also onto social media, and it's also pushed onto apps. That's the reason why I refuse to now join any dating app like Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Match. It just does not build authenticity. And that's the thing. I think there's it's for a good relationship, it takes time. Like everything, losing weight, finding a job role, understanding yourself takes time. And I think if you rush things, you're just going to go into a really bad relationship where you feel like you just want to leave, you feel frustrated every time you see that person, and that's not the kind of environment or life I want. And it's strange because we're pushed more towards sex and feeling that being in a relationship is good regardless of whether you're happy or not. And it's just sickening, actually. It's a sickening thought, the fact that we value togetherness as a false attitude rather than actually being together in an authentic way. It's interesting to see in the media where it's somebody's being single and all they talk about is not about their achievements, what they're doing, or what they're going to bring out next. No, it's all about, oh, they're single. Oh no, it's so shame. Oh, they split up from this person, although it's a year and a half ago. Oh, this is their reaction to their ex. So who cares? I want to know a bit more about what they bring to the table, what makes them them. So that was my little rant about relationships, and I'm guessing a few of you are going to have that same frustration in terms of how you feel about relationships. And I kind of wanted to build on this in terms of more positive tone, in terms of how I'm going forward to build a relationship. What are my key strategies? What am I looking to do? How can I make sure that I build the most authentic relationship that makes me happy in the long term? That brings both happiness to myself and happiness to them, where it can be authentic and it helps to grow. So for me, the strategy is I'm building up my friendship circle. Now that's not, seems like, oh, no, you're not talking about love here. Friendships are important for love because at the end of the day, you can't just rely on that one person to bring you happiness, regardless of their partner or partner. You need to have a life as well as them. And if you're just constantly just attached to them, they're going to get frustrated. You're going to get frustrated. The fact that you're going to end up splitting up, or even worse, like being horrible to each other. How mentally draining is that? So you need to make sure you've got to build a solid network of friends, like not a massive group of friends, but people that you can be authentic with and actually grow with them and make sure they're in with your interest, not just because you're going with them for a friendship, because you're in a relationship or because you're single. Choose a social group that meets your values. That's number one. Number two is building trust with the other sex. Now, this isn't really talked about that much. In fact, there's not a lot of lessons that are taught about love anyway. But it's best to build trust with the opposite sex. So for me, it's men, because recently, I've had men lie to me quite badly. And what I mean is men who are married posing off as they're single, and it's not been a rare occurrence, unfortunately. And this is why I find it so sickening, because it's not me that's not being authentic, it's them. And they're the ones that push this mentality of this is what men's going to be like, they're going to lie to you. And that's not the case. And I know there are some really great men out there who are fantastic as friends and also as potential partners. And I know the way I've done it is to build trust affirmations, because I need to keep telling myself these people are not like this. There is men out there who are genuinely honest, and there is men out there that are like it. They're really, strong-minded. They're very authentic, very true to their words, very supportive. And by building that affirmations, and I think this is something that needs to be talked about, you build that positive mindset, then actually not everybody's like it. There's a few guys that like it, and that's, if you want to attract the men you want to, you need to have that positive mindset, because then you can block out those people regardless. Number two is I've gone on socials and also done some speed dating. Now I went on the speed dating event last night. The purpose of it wasn't to meet somebody. I never intended to do that, because honestly I really like somebody who meets my needs, but I'll go on to that in a minute. So number two is making sure that, when you go to these sort of events, it was kind of more about understanding how to react to men and how to actually build a conversation, looking at eye contact, looking at physical body language, because this is another reason why I don't do online dating, is because you can't see the body language and you can't see how authentic they are being as a person. And if you get that connection, because you might think, oh, that picture, he looks quite nice, but seeing him in real life, it's not the same. And with those sort of speed dating events, you can sort of grasp in terms of, how do I want to portray myself to men? What angle is it? And also get a grasp in terms of what you do like and what you don't like in terms of characteristics. And number three is I'm doing a course on love. That's how I'm building my strength in going towards that relationship goal. And for some reason, it's not promoted. Like, learning is a learning. Love is a verb. You're always growing and doing stuff. And that's why I don't like the perception of love in media, because it's not real. You're having this falsehood, like, oh, you're here, you have sex, you're just there beside me. And to really have that authentic love, it's all about growth and understanding each other, and also understanding a bit more about how you can be a better person, and it's growing together as a team. And I want to do a course in terms of understanding a bit more about love, and what is it, and what I can do to become a better person towards love, and how I can grow towards being a better partner. So that's the big. And I suppose the next step is talking about what I want from a guy. And again, as I said, I found this guy, but I have to work on actually building that relationship up. And it's not just about asking somebody for a drink, it's about knowing them, reasons why you want to go out with them. Because most of the time, even with friendship, you ask somebody for a drink, you say it, and then it's like, well, nothing happens. So you've got to try and find a way to grow with them, know a bit more about them, push them more towards going for that drink, in aspect of having a reason why to do it, and actually having that reason of why, oh, I want to socialise with you because I want to know you more. And that's the thing. So I suppose to me, I'm kind of looking for somebody who's feels like a dating video. This is not supposed to be a dating video. It's more about understanding a bit more about love and understanding how to be. I don't know. I suppose try and find the best relationship possible by analysing past mistakes and also analysing how you can be a better person, really. So, yeah, I think for love, it's more about, for me, it's making sure that I can be authentic with the person. That is so cool. And that's one thing I couldn't find last night. And because for me, I'm ambitious. I don't want somebody who's clinging me 24/7. I don't want the romantic type in terms of like, oh, here's some roses. That does not add value to my life. I want somebody who's supportive of me and proud of my achievements and who actually cares. That I don't want that same life for everybody else. I want to be growing. I want to be the most authentic person I can be and best. I want to grow within UX. I want to be an authentic writer. I want to have all these dreams and share it with somebody who has those same values, which is core to me, absolutely core. I want somebody to have fun. I don't want them to be boring and I want them to see life is too short. Be out there and do stuff. Also for me, values is more of a core element to love than interests or hobbies out of everything. I think that's the problem again I have with dating sites, is the fact that they promote hobbies rather than core values and core authentic values like, for myself, creativity, entrepreneurial, personal ethics, personal connection. All these things matter to me so badly, the fact that I care about them. They're my core values, and if I can't express them towards my such partner, then there's no point in me pursuing a relationship. Yeah, so I think for me the core qualities I like in a guy is having those core values. I don't mind what interests they have. They might have an interest in terms of a random something I don't know a lot about. Golf. So just random. But I would love to know more about them and what makes them like golf. It's understanding what balance, because then you've got something to talk about that's different. And also it shows that they're independent as well as you're independent. So top things for me is independence, making sure they're not misogynistic. That's a core thing. I think that's one thing that's not promoted and well enough. Supportive, focused on growth, is entrepreneurial, is willing to go out the box to grow and help other people. That is such an important thing for me as well, is making sure that that person helps other people. Yeah, and has his own interests. See, I like how I've listed every trait rather than personal looks, because me, looks don't really matter if they haven't got those sort of characteristics. Anyway, I've digressed on this video. So it's interesting to see how love has developed over the pandemic, and it's interesting to see, I suppose, my lessons learned in terms of what I want from a relationship and also how I want to find love, because the COVID has completely wiped what traditionally was, I suppose, easy to find love. Now it's kind of like more difficult, and people are demanding more because life's too short. People want to have that authentic life. So yeah, hopefully by developing those core tasks and attitudes and learning materials, I can learn more about love. And hopefully this is something that you can take aboard to try and find love, because being single is an amazing thing. But when you transition your life into wanting more and wanting children, you have to think about, oh, do I want a partner for this? And I want a partner that I can grow with and take me up to the next level within all aspects of my life. So have a great day, keep smiling, and I shall speak to you soon. Ciao for now.